Dr. Peterson, I'm considering going into the education stream/system. Do you have any advice for me not to become a mouthpiece for indoctrinating young students? Well, one thing I would recommend is that you don't write essays that you don't believe in. I think that's a sin. I think it's a sin to use your words falsely. And the reason for that, there's a good series of social psychology experiments that show, imagine that you bring someone into a lab and you have them write an essay about or fill out a questionnaire about their political opinions, so you get a baseline measure of their political stance. And then you ask them to write 1,000 words, maybe they identify as right-wing, and then you get them to write 1,000-word essay on why a particular left-wing position is true. And then you have them come back in 2 weeks and you give them the same political belief questionnaire. They'll have shifted quite radically towards the left. And the reason for that is that people don't think through their positions in great detail. And so if you get them to think through a contrary position in great detail, then that starts to become more convincing. And so if you go into a field like education that's really pathologically overrun by the postmodern neo-Marxism, Marxist types, you're going to experience a tremendous amount of pressure to falsify your words. You're going to be afraid that if you don't do that, you're going to fail. And maybe sometimes you will be punished by a professor. But I would say in most circumstances, I'm still optimistic enough to believe that if you write a good essay that isn't ideologically proper, you'll still get a good grade. And I guess I would say if you write a good essay that's not ideologically proper and you don't get a good grade, that's probably a good time to fight. So, because you either fight or capitulate, right? That's the hard truth. So, I'm not saying it would be easy, and I would also say don't make unnecessary. enemies, right? You don't, everything doesn't have to be a battle, but now and then you're going to know that, you'll hate writing the essay because you have to sacrifice your soul in order to put the words down, and then you dement and warp your character, and you just don't recover easily from that. So I would say, don't do that, man. That's not good.